So let's look at a couple of ideas for activities in science that we can do linked to the theme of winter. And if you're lucky enough to have some snow in school at the moment, activities that we can do with snow. One thing children are probably wondering at the moment is, why do we put salt on the roads? What's it actually doing? So here's an investigation with some snow, or if you haven't got snow you could use crushed ice or ice cubes in the filter funnels, and I'm going to add some salt, ordinary salt, to a couple of them. So I'll add 1 spoonful to one, see what effect that has on the ice, and I'll add 2 spoonfuls to the next. And we talked last video about when it's appropriate to do a fair test, and this is an appropriate time to do a fair test because we want to only be changing the amount of salt, keeping everything else the same. So I can now add some rock salt, which is the grit that we put on the roads. 1 spoonful to this snow and 2 spoonfuls to this one. And while we're waiting for something to happen, let's look at another activity, winter themed activity we could do. Got a sample of real snow here for children to be able to make some observations about, to be able to feel it and see if they can crush it, see what happens, and squeeze it together. And then I've got some instant snow, which seems to be every toy shop has got this time of year has got available. Do warn children not to eat it, otherwise it's not toxic. So we can put a spoonful into a cup. Well, let's put 2 spoonfuls in since we've got a big cup, and add some water. Oh, our salt started to do its work. So with children, encourage them to do this quite slowly, make their observations, see what happens. Let's add a little bit more. And when we've made our instant snow by adding water, then for children to have a think about, well, let's just add a little bit more water there. How is this different then to the real snow? So again, to get a handful of it and hold it and see what it feels like, and to squeeze it and see if they can make it into a snowball, which it doesn't really seem to hold together. And of course it isn't melting on my hand, so for children to talk about how the instant snow, although it's called instant snow, it isn't actually snow at all, and how do its properties, how are they different to the real thing. Those of you interested in what instant snow actually is, it's the same super absorbent material that they put in babies' nappies that absorbs the water. Right, let's have a look at our results of our investigation, and we've only had a minute for something to happen. Cameraman, can you see any results there? Can you see anything?
Yes, we can.
Can see the normal salt seems to be making the snow melt faster at the moment than the rock salt. We maybe can think about why that might be. And we did keep one of the funnels with the salt just on its own, so we had something to compare it to. Now I'd love to know what sorts of things you're doing, making the most of the snow and making the most of the idea of a winter-based activities in science. So it would be great to hear from you if you want to send me your ideas for winter activities for us to share with everyone.